Hey everybody, it's Saturday afternoon. Actually, it's Saturday evening. Um, I'm glad you're here. It's Dave Waters. It's Saturday. It's Saturday, May 23rd, 2026. This week, I'm kind of tough. Not so much for myself, but actually, it was a pretty good week. I got to do some writing, and believe it or not, I wrote 2 more books. Oh, let me tell you. Let's see. Let's go right here. Sorry for that. But anyway, as you guys know, I did my due diligence and was trying forever to try to chasing a dream called Adirondack Outdoor World, and I don't know, you'll learn more about it as I go on, but I actually wrote a book about that. I did business plans. I worked on this project since 1996, off and on. You get into it, you get all excited, and then all of a sudden, you get knocked down. Everybody just thinks you're a dreamer, and they just blow you off, and your dream flies away. But anyway, I did it way too many times to myself. But every time I was chasing the same thing. And so I actually wrote a book that actually turned into this mission that I'm doing right now. But anyway, the book is called Adirondack Outdoor World. The Dream and the Path and where it has taken me. I think you'll really enjoy it. I just have to find a new way to publish the books and try to get better exposure. That's something I'm learning and I want to do. But anyway, I don't know how many of you know, but I've been working on an idea on publishing a whole line of books, on how-to books. And I've shared it many, many times with family and friends, and I thought it was a good idea. But anyway, you know how they have those books for, I don't know, how to do something for dummies or whatever. It's a whole line of books. And Chicken Soup, there's a whole line of books. But I'm going to do one similar, but it's going to be called KISS. Keep it simple, silly. And that's the truth. Every job you do in life and everything you do, if you keep it simple, it's so much easier to do. And I did write the first one. Actually, it ended up being almost 80 pages. But here's the cover. The design of the cover is actually the character. I had my grandson, he participated, and I said, I'll write this book and a whole bunch of books. How to sell, how to cook, how to be a carpenter, anything. I've done so much. I figure I want to share that. But anyway, he inspired me, and it all came around, having dinner. We do Sunday dinners, and the kids are all hanging out, and we get talking and laughing, and we got talking about KISS, and I couldn't say what everybody says, so I'd go, Emerson, it's keep it simple, silly. Keep it simple, silly. Keep it simple, what everybody else says. But anyway, that's that. I got sidetracked. This week, were kind of heavy. Dealing with family members and issues and setbacks. It's not easy. Donna's away for the last couple of weeks, and we've been kind of a bachelors, and my son's here, and he's been struggling. He's had some back issues and trying to get compensated with workman's comp and whatever. Things just are very, very rough, and hurts me too. Sometimes you just don't have the answers. Think about it. Sometimes, I don't know. That's where you look for help and you pray, and things, they work themselves out. And talking and is very, very important. Talking to yourself, praying, talking to others. You have no idea how good that is. Bottling everything up inside. I've been there. I'm sure you have too, where you just don't know what to do, and you're scared. You could admit it. We're not all Supermen. I stayed in my shell for an awful lot of years, and embarrassed. You don't want to say anything. It shows sign of weakness. Heaven forbid. But asking for help is good. And sometimes you don't need professional help. Sometimes it's just talking to somebody. Literally, just talking to somebody helps you kind of clear things in your own mind, and then you almost solve your own problem. I've done that for many years, and many places I've worked. I was the guy that they brought when it was at the car dealership, for example, whenever there was ever any issues, an irate customer or, an unsatisfied customer, and they, for some reason, I was the magnet. Everybody just brought them to me. So I'd sit at my desk and stay very calm. I'd look at them, and I want to hear what's going on and what the issue really is. And I'd sit there and listen, and they'd blow off steam and tell me all the details and all the bad things and concerns and issues and everything else. And I sincerely listened. Then I'd look at them very seriously and say, now, excuse me, I'm going to go get the other side of the story. This is your side of the story. I'm going to get the other side. And as soon as I walked away, I could tell the clients were like, uh-oh. But anyway, I would go to the shop, or I'd go to the service manager or whoever was dealing with that issue, and literally get the other side of the story. Come back, and literally at that point, everything's diffused. The client's calm, and I just opened a door of opportunity to the solution. And usually the client would come up with the solution. I didn't have to do anything. Or if something was that bad, we'd switch it, change something, do something different. Always came out ahead of the game. The customer was always happy. And service or whoever on the other side in this business was happy as well. So I don't know. I was blessed to be able to do that. I don't know. But anyway, life does have a way of humbling us. Some people sometimes the people we love, the ones that are hurting, you know, and you can't do anything about it. No matter how much we want to fix it or just fix it, sometimes you just can't do that. You know, you want to carry the weight for them. You can't fight their battles. You can coach them and talk to them, but you're literally, it comes a time when they gotta just handle it themselves. And you know, don't even try to battle it for them, because you're interfering and end up causing a bigger problem. You know, as parents, as husbands and wives, grandparents and friends, we all worry. We all worry too much. We lose sleep. We try to stay strong when our hearts ache behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And the truth is, many good people right now are struggling. They're struggling silently. Think about it. In the world we are in today, with the politics and gas prices and everything else, nobody wants to admit it, but we're all struggling. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what the future's going to bring. And that is scary. But there's an awful lot of pain. There's an awful lot of depression, financial stress. You know, like, you know, gas prices. You know, I heard today, I was listening, I don't know if it was a talk show or news or whatever it was, and the gas prices are going to continue to go up. And if you think about it as the past. They're making all these promises that they're going to go back down. But think about it. Yeah, they might go down, but I think they're going to stay up for a long time now. So we are going through a major change in our country, in our world. And I really don't like talking about politics or anything, so I'll just leave it at that. You know, we're just all wondering if everything will get better. It will get better. It'll get better in a different way. Life is taking us in a new direction, and we're uncertain. I'm uncertain, and I'm sure you're uncertain as well. You know, I've been there. I've been through an awful lot. But just listen listen to me clearly. Your story, our story, my story isn't over yet. I'm not even sure where I'm going with all of this. Sometimes life literally breaks you down. But every time it knocks you down, you get a little wiser, you get a little stronger. Every time you rebuild, you just gain a little more ground. Keep that in mind. Young people, older people, everybody. It doesn't exclude anybody. Sometimes the people with the biggest hearts carry the deepest scars. I think that's true. And sometimes the strongest thing we can do is simply keep going. Keep going, no matter what it is, one day at a time. Take a deep breath. The next day, and do it again. All of a sudden, things do work out. You panic, you worry, the stress gets to you. I'm guilty. I've been there. I'm going through it now. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So this week, just remember, you're not a failure. You're not a failure because life's hard. Life's hard for everybody. You're not weak because you're tired. And you're not alone. You're not alone feeling this. Sometimes you feel it that way, but literally you're not alone. And you bottle up and you shelter yourself from the world. Don't do that. I do believe in Jesus Christ. I do go to church. And the church I go to is in Little Falls. The minister, the priest, Father Joe, he's our brother. He treats us that way. His sermons are down to earth. He walks down into the sanctuary, and he's part of us. He's living the same things that we are living and has issues like we have issues. He's not above us. He's with us, just like I am with you. We're not out to get you. We're out to work with you. I need your help. You may need my help. We all need support and fellowship and people around us. Think about it. People, they're watching TV. They sit there and surf for hours. They didn't watch anything, but they surfed. Or they get on their phones and, the media and whatever, and they're just going, they're mesmerized by it. They're trying to solve their problems by looking at make-believe. I'm sorry I've gotten way off track today, but I think this is, what it's all about. My message is to help you. I want you to help me. And, that's it. We still all have purpose. So all I got to say, I'll actually kind of go through the last page. No matter how dark a chapter you're in right now, or how dark you feel, or if you don't, the sun still rises over the mountain. It's still there every day. And it'll set every day. And maybe, just maybe, the best chapters of our life are still ahead of us. I believe that. Despite all the issues that the world is dishing out, and all the obstacles, and the price of gas, and the price of food, and the price of life, and everything else is just absolutely nuts. But from my heart to yours, keep going, keep believing, keep loving, and the future is still ours. I'm Dave Waters. I love you. My theme is love, faith, unity, and truth. My first book is out. I got 2 more books coming, and I'm really dragging this on today. So I want to end in a prayer. Let us pray. For everyone carrying a heavy heart, today, bring peace. Bring peace where there is worry. Strengthen where there is weakness. Hope where there is sadness, and light where life feels dark. Help us remember that the difficult seasons do not last forever. And even through pain, you are still guiding us forward. Thank you. Lord, wrap your arm around us. Wrap your arms around who feel lost, tired, or forgotten today. And remind them that they are deeply, deeply loved. Amen. And remember, the mountains may seem steep. They might seem pretty steep today, but the sunrise is still coming, and we will conquer. It'll be great. Thank you. I can't thank you enough, and I do love you guys. Have a great week. Take care. And I do have another message, not going to be right now. I think you've heard enough. But I do want to do a special message for the veterans on Memorial Day. I just posted a poster with a theme song that goes with it. But either tomorrow or Monday morning, I am preparing a special message for the veterans and for all that have served. And one way or another, we all play our part. Good night, God bless, and take care, everybody. Again, I love you.